So I work with CRY, and I've been in CRY for the last almost 20 years. I oversee the work in the East, which is primarily states in the northeast of India as well as the eastern part of India. And we work for happier childhoods. So we want to ensure that children have, what they truly deserve, like quality education, like health, nutrition, as well as the right to exercise their agency, to have their voices heard. So I think Shivning was an aspirational goal. While I was in school, I had heard the name Shivning, and I remember I used to I learnt the spelling a lot later. It's such a prestigious scholarship, and everyone knows Shivning. And I remember when I received a call saying that, and those were days when we used to receive calls to say that you've been shortlisted. It was such a surprise, and there was a little bit of a disbelief as well, because I wanted to reconfirm, have I really been selected? And in those days the interview used to be in Delhi, so it meant I had to travel to Delhi for the final interview. So I think it was a brilliant experience. I still remember this phase of my life as one of the brightest and the best. So I did my master's in the theory and practice of human rights from the University of Essex, and the university actually has one of the best departments that has a focus on both the theory as well as practice. And I think it was that balance between learning concepts as well as looking at human rights from a practitioner's perspective that was very unique, and it was really helpful because when I came back, I was a practitioner, and I still am a practitioner. Hence this it sort of had the right balance between learning theories which would actually help me in my practice. I think it was beautiful. I mean, I just loved every moment of it, because while the curriculum, the teaching learning methodology was wonderful, was something that was very new to me. At the same time, I think that the lasting, the sort of everlasting friendships that you make. So I had my best friend was from Syria, and she was doing linguistics. And I remember in the UK in those days, it used to be a haircut used to be a pocket pinch, and I had a Taiwanese flatmate who actually gave me a wonderful haircut. By far, that remains the best and my most favorite haircut. So it's just lovely. You had people from Greece, and there were people from China. It was just wonderful. I mean, where else could I have actually met so many from diverse cultures, and so much of new food that you get to taste. Like, for the first time I actually had, and my Syrian friend was a brilliant cook. I wish I had learnt cooking from her, but the kind of Mediterranean spread that she used to have for us, it was just brilliant. So it's so much more than just what you do as part of your coursework. I think it was the visit to the host family, and my host family was in Northern Ireland, and I always wanted to visit Ireland. And it was a lovely family. I spent the Easter weekend there, and I got to meet their extended community, and it was just lovely. This balance between theory and practice, the fact that you get to meet people from diverse countries, diverse cultures, the fact that you get to know so much more about people, real people. So you're not reading about them, but you're actually experiencing them. I think think all of this put together was such a rich experience. And you also learn some basic skills. Like, I remember when I went, I was cooking for the first time. I learned how to cook for the first time, and I sort of wanted to invite friends over to, have Indian food. So there's so much more that you learn, and again, it's not just the coursework, but so much more. One, I think, would be that, approach it not just from your mind, but also from your heart. So is it a subject that you really wish to, sort of delve deeper into? And I think that's the first and most important thing. So in my case, it was human rights, and I really wanted to sort of engage with the subject. That would be the most important. The second one would be, in the interviews, and I still remember my interview. Just be yourself, be candid. And I don't think there's any need or space to sort of portray what you're not. Just be yourself, and there's a lot of learning and experience that you already have. And Chevening, I don't think Chevening tests you for what you've learned or your skill sets or your competencies. Of course, these are important parts of the assessment, but it's also about, do you really feel a connect with the subject that you've applied for? And I think that is going to be assessed, and very deeply assessed.